Greetings everyone, it is I, the Eagleman, and welcome back to another episode of GTA5 here on DanLags Plus. Guys, today we're going to be doing another garage tour. As you guys know, collecting all the coolest cars in this game is one of my favorite things to do here on GTA. So, today is going to be the latest and greatest installment of my garage tours. I believe this is the fourth video I've done on this since the inception of this channel about a year ago. So this one will definitely be the best garage tour yet because I have two fully stocked out garages with 20 of my favorite cars in the game with all my favorite colors. So we're going to start off with my best garage, which is the one we're in right now. So let me go ahead and sneak on into first person mode, get those eagle eyes working. And we're going to go ahead and start right here with the, what's this thing called? Pegassi Zentorno, which is the Lamborghini Murcielago in real life. I got that classic Lamborghini yellow on it. This is one of my favorite cars. Obviously, it's one of the original cars in the game. This is not like a DLC vehicle or anything like that. So it's been around for a while. I think the last time you guys saw it, it was in a different color. So I have it in that classic yellow, like I said. And I think it looks really good. Great addition to the garage. And as I kind of go around and show you guys all the cars, you'll notice that I kind of got this little color wheel action going on in here. And this garage, you'll kind of get the idea of what this garage is all about once we kind of go through the whole thing. So moving on to the next car, which is this one right here, and this is the Pegassi Vodka. So we got two Lambos right next to each other. This one's in orange, which is like that sunset orange, which looks really nice. It matches the kind of the lining of the, I guess, the chairs on the inside of the thing, so that's pretty cool. I've had this thing for a while. I think it was the same color last time you guys saw it. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a long time since I've done a garage tour. It was like December or something like that, so it's been quite a while. But yeah, another car. I don't drive it a whole lot because it gets outclassed by pretty much all the other supers and even some sports cars, but yeah, still like it a lot. It's a nice car in the garage. It's really good for doing like drifting and figure eights and stuff like that, so that's always pretty fun. Anyway, moving on to car numero tres, we have the Coil Voltic, which is another really neat car in the game because it's got that electric car status on it, so it doesn't make any sound when you drive it, which is pretty cool. You always turn off the radio and drive around, you don't hear anything, which is always sweet. I really like this car. I have it in the Torino red, which is pretty nice. As you can see, the color wheel, we got the yellow, the orange, and the red. Again, this is actually a car I bought fairly recently. I've sold it back and forth a couple times, but I finally found a color that I really like on it, so there is the Coil Voltic. Let's move on to the next one, which is the, what is this thing called? The Grody Cheetah? Yes, sir. I have this in a purple with kind of like a white pearlescent on it, or some, I think it might be diamond blue pearlescent, something like that. But again, the color wheel. We got the purple Cheetah, which is a nice car. I had this thing in dark red last time, I believe, with red rims, but I changed it up a little bit. Really like the way this looks, though, in purple. I was just trying to decide what car I wanted to have purple in the garage, and it ended up being the Cheetah. So again, not a car I drive a whole lot, but it's still pretty cool, very low to the ground, and it's got an interesting look to it. So moving on to the fifth car and the last car on this row. This is the Vapid Bullet, or the Ford GT. I have it in a crew color royal blue. So this is a customized color that I had to get by changing my crew color on the Social Club website for Rockstar. Again, this is a really nice tint of blue. Looks great on this car. I had this car in a whole bunch of different colors of blue, but this is the one I think I'm going to stick with. Again, it's a car I don't drive very often because it's really not that good compared to the other ones, but this was actually the first supercar I ever purchased on GTA, so and I've never sold it, so it's been here for quite a while. So we're going to do a little spin around right here, not try to leave the garage, and head over to the Grody Turismo R, which is one of my favorite cars in this garage. I've had this thing for a while. This was the first really expensive one I bought for about $500,000. And this car has a really nice color on it. It's a modded color. It has like chrome and then like neon green over it. So kind of like an interesting color that really costs a lot of money to put on, but I think it's worth it. I think it looks really unique and cool. So the Grody Turismo R, everybody. Moving on, we have the pretty much everybody's favorite, it seems like. I seem like everybody drives this car, and that is the Pegassi Zentorno. Of course, you guys probably have seen this thing if you're a fan of GTA. It's like probably the most used car in the game as far as the expensive cars go. I pretty much see everybody driving this, like I said. I have it in a neon green secondary color with the kind of the tires that wrap around as well, and all the like the little parts there that kind of shine off the matte light gray or whatever that is, the primary color. Again, I've had this thing in a whole bunch of different colors. It looks good in pretty much any color you can think of. It looks good in pink, looks good in orange, looks good in gray. Anything you want to put on it, it looks good. So Pegassi Zentorno. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. This right here is one of the newer cars in the game. This is the Pegassi Osiris. This came in the Ill-Gotten Gains Part 1 update. This thing cost $1.9 million. Really expensive, like insanely expensive. Way too expensive, if you ask me. But I actually didn't have the funds to buy it, so after a little bit of grinding on some heists. But again, I have it in green and red. I kind of based the colors of this car off of like a screenshot that I found of it from the Ill-Gotten Gains update, like promo pictures, I guess. So it's kind of got that forest green with a diamond blue pearlescent with the red. The grace red is the secondary color. This is by far my favorite car now. I drive this thing all the time when I'm playing this game. Mainly because it's like a status car. You know, if you have this thing, you spent $2 million on it, you know, you clearly have some money. I only have like 142,000 right now, which isn't too bad, but anyway, I digress. This thing is awesome. I love driving it. It's probably just as good as the Pegassi Zentorno in terms of races. It's about neck and neck. I've done some races against Zentorno, like one-on-one when Tyler was Zentorno and I was Osiris, and I was winning those most of the time. So it's a pretty good car. I really like the way it looks. It's weird because I think it's a Ferrari or a Pagani in real life, but they call it a Pegassi in this game, which is the Lamborghini of this game. So I don't know why they didn't just make it like a Grody or a new brand, but it is what it is. But let's move on to the next car, which is the Entity. So we have the Entity XF Overflawed. I have this in matte black. It's got the red lights underneath of it, the red underglow or whatever they're called. Really cool car. Again, this one's been around forever, and I love it in matte black. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Last car in the garage is the Adder. So we got the Bugatti Veyron. I have it in the same color as the Zentorno over there, kind of that light gray, with the orange solar tires and the orange stripe down the middle. So with the orange and gray, I think that's a great combination of colors, and that pretty much is the garage, guys. So here is my full garage, and what you might notice about this is that it has all 10 supercars in the game. Because of the Ill-Gotten Gains update and the Osiris, there are now 10 supers in this game, and I was able to acquire all 10 of them and customize them. So I have a garage full of supercars now, which is pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to first person here, and we're going to transition over to the second part of this video. I'm going to go ahead and take the new car out, guys, and show you how this thing works if you haven't bought it yet. And I'm going to drive over to my second garage, which is in Weasel Plaza, and we're going to check out the other 10 cars I want to show you guys today. So my first garage is in Piero Heights, by the way. I actually own 3 garages, but my third garage doesn't have any cars in it currently, which is kind of dumb. I should probably sell it. But, you know, that's just kind of something I haven't been doing lately. But, yeah, the Osiris is, like, super quick. I love the noise it makes. It kind of makes, like, this little bzzz noise when you shift gears on this thing. So, again, it's by far my favorite car to drive in the game right now. Love racing with it, so I know it's really expensive, but if you have the money for it, I'd buy it, because I pretty much, the reason why I bought it is because I had nothing else to buy, since I have everything in the game pretty much. So that's why I bought it. I can definitely see why people wouldn't buy it, because it's way too expensive. But anyway, before I digress even further, let's go on inside the Weasel Plaza garage. This is going to be the second garage I'm showing you on this video, Eagleman's garage numero dos. This one's got some cool cars in it as well, so let's check it out. All right, here we are, guys. So I'm going to run through these a little bit quicker than the supercars. We have the Tony Stark Audi R8. This got the silver on it, kind of from the it's from that scene in Iron Man 1 where Tony Stark kind of like surprises everybody and goes to that party in Iron Man 1. So that's like the car he was driving to that particular event, kind of based off that. Right here we have the Phoenix in the same colors as Zentorno and the Adder from my other garage. Just pretty standard. I really like that car, though. It's one of my favorite muscle cars in the game. Probably is my favorite muscle car now that I think about it. Right here is probably the best car in the game, honestly, besides the Osiris right now for me. I always mix up what my favorite car in the game is, but if it's a non-super, there's nothing better than this thing right here, and that's the Insurgent. I did actually its own video on this watermelon. I call this thing the watermelon because it's just a huge watermelon colors. But I did a custom video on this, actually, where I just kind of crashed everybody, so you can watch that if you want. It's also on this channel. Next car here is the free car in the game, which is the LG. I have it in gray with like a red. Looks really good, actually. And I also have the red tires on it. Really like that car a lot. And then moving on here, we have the, what's this thing called again? The Dubsta 6x6. Yeah, the Benefactor Dubsta. I've had this thing forever. It's the 6-wheel one. This thing powers up Mount Chiliad if you're looking for a car besides a motorcycle to go up Chiliad easily. Choose that thing. That thing flies up that mountain. And then speaking of these big cars, again, this is kind of my garage where I store like the huge cars in the game. I have the Sandking Xl. Got the America colors on it and the bed cap. Right here we have the yellow Grody Carbonizer, which which is a Ferrari. Really nice looking car. I love the way it puts its hood down, kind of like it's a convertible, but it doesn't look like it, so that's why I keep this car. Again, nothing too special about it, but it is a pretty cool car. Moving on to the Hakuchu. This is the fastest bike in the game, I believe. This thing absolutely flies when you do a wheelie on it, if you're going on a straight line. I don't think there's any land vehicles in the game that go faster than this thing in a straight line when you're doing a wheelie, so I love driving this thing. This thing absolutely powers up Mount Chiliad. I can't not find a vehicle in the game that goes up Chiliad better than this thing, unless you're talking about like a helicopter. So if you're looking to literally zoom up the side of Mount Chiliad like super quick, buy the Hakuchu. Anyway, moving on to the Panto. This is the Benefactor Panto. The Panto basically came into my garage and said, "You can be anything you want, Panto," and it chose to be a sports car. So I have the, I think it's midnight purple with a hot pink pearlescent on it, and it's got the spoiler. It's just basically supposed to look like a sports car, even though it's a silly little Panto. And then last but not least, guys, is one of the classics, the Lags Mobile. We got the Pepto-Bismol Mobile, whatever you want to call it, the BF Bifta. This is my little go-kart thing. I love this thing. This was the first car I ever customized on the game. One of the first cars I ever purchased in general when the game first came out. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Love this thing, and that's pretty much my second garage, guys. So I have two fully, stocked up garages here that are, filled with my 20 favorite cars in the game. Trying to save up money right now for a possible new update that comes in the future. Maybe some more supercars, or maybe a mansion, hopefully. That'd be really cool if they added mansions to the game. But guys, it's been Eagleman. Thank you very much for watching this video. And remember, if you take anything away from this video, I did not choose the life of the Eagleman. The life of the Eagleman chose me.